Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a video on the 4 things I've learned in lockdown. We've been in lockdown for like a year now, like it's been a minute, and it's been a traumatic but blessed but hard but good year for most of us. And so I'm going to share with you guys what I've learned in this year, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share. Let's get into it. Before we get into the video, I just want to give a shout out to my hair. My hair is from the BBB Collection UK on Instagram. It is the Nyla unit in 26 inches in black, and it is a synthetic wig. It was customized and installed by Swanee Hair on Instagram. I'll put all of the links down in the description bar below, and my eyelashes are by Million as always, and I'll leave her links in the bio below. And then also my lip gloss is from Shades of Nature Cosmetics. It is a mix of honey infusion and blush and more. I will also leave their links in the description bar below, so you guys should check them all out. They're all black owned businesses. We love to see it. And yes, let's get into the video. So I don't know about you guys, but this whole year, this lockdown, COVID thing, it's been a lot. There's been a lot of losses, a lot of gains, a lot of lessons learned, a lot of mistakes made for all of us, myself included. And it's been a very insightful year. I think it's been a year where we've been able to learn ourselves more, learn and understand what we are able to tolerate, what we don't wish to tolerate. And additionally, it's been a year where we've been able to just be at peace with ourselves, be able to be introspective. And it's just been a year where you can really just get your ish together, if you know what I'm trying to say, despite all the breakdowns in between. And there's been a lot of change in this year for all of us, myself included. Like, I went from having a job and I had a relationship and I had all these things, and then I went to having like no job, no relationship. There's a lot of confusion, it got to the point where I was doing any hustle possible to continue to make money. Like, this whole year has just been very It's only by God's grace that I've been able to just see this whole lockdown year through and just continue to make good out of the bad situations I've experienced. And so, like me, you guys have probably experienced a lot of ups, a lot of downs in the past year. Some of you probably started businesses, some of you probably lost your job, some of you are still looking for a job. Like, a lot of us have just experienced things that have just made this year less likable, less tolerable, and you just want this lockdown thing to be over. And it will be over soon. But before it's over, I'm just going to share with you guys the lessons I have learned personally in this lockdown, whatever we're going to call it, innit? Because the lessons have been plenty, and I think it's important to reflect on what you've learned, accept and input those lessons into your life going forward, so that you're not making the same mistakes when we're out of this lockdown. So without further ado, I've got them on my phone, and I'm going to get into 4 lessons I have learned in lockdown this past year. The first lesson I learned is to not take paracetamol for someone else's headache. So essentially, to not involve myself in things that don't concern me, to not stress myself out over things that I can't control because it's not my situation. I think a lot of the time we take on battles that we can't fight. We take on our friends' problems, their traumas, their issues, and we take them and internalize them like they're our own, and now we're stressed out about something that we can't change. Stop. Stop. While life is short, and while you want to be the best friends you can be to the people in your circle, you have to always remember to take time for you. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't help those around you if you're not replenishing yourself. I think it's important to take stock of where you're at and take stock of your abilities. What are you able to do? Is this a situation you're able to help in? If so, help. If not, no one's forcing you. Because the last thing you need is to be burnt out and drained in the middle of a pandemic. That's not cute, and that's not it. So stop taking paracetamol for other people's headache, because a lot of the time, the people that you are killing yourselves for, the people that you are going above and beyond for, they might not do the same for you. And so, I'm not saying stop helping everybody, because it's nice to be helpful. It's nice to be who you really are. And if helping people is what you do, then continue to do it. But just be mindful of your time, your boundaries, your energy, because people don't always respect what you bring to the table, and it's important that you are respected in every situation you are in, period. Okay. The second lesson I learned during this lockdown year is to set your boundaries. I think boundaries are super important, whether it's a boundary with a family member, whether it's a boundary with your friends or your partner, or even a boundary in yourself. It's important to set your boundaries and state to people how you want to be treated, and they will fall in line. Because if you allow people to treat you any type of way, they will. If you allow people to run this game, run that chat, talk to you any type of way, they will. People don't know boundaries, and so you need to set those boundaries in place. This lockdown year has shown me that people, especially when people are bored and in the house and whatever, people become entitled and people believe that they deserve, or they are deserving of your time, your energy, whatever you bring to the table. They're not, period. But if you don't say that they're not, they're going to continue to believe they are. You need to set your boundaries, make your boundaries clear so that people know where they stand with you and people know how to treat you. You are the example to everybody of how you deserve to be treated. So you need to treat yourself right first. That's why you've got to set a boundary within yourself. You've got to say, no, I won't tolerate this. And when people see that, they respect it and go, you know what, no, she's not going to have this, so I'm not going to do this to her. It's as simple as that. If you show people what you're not trying to hear, what you're not trying to have, or you're not trying to be treated like, they will fall in line. And those who don't fall in line, you know what you got to do? You got to kick them to the door. Because if you're not being respected, tolerated, and your boundaries aren't being respected or tolerated, that person doesn't belong in your life. Because people who care about you, love you, respect you, they respect your boundaries. It's as simple as that. It's not as simple as that, but it's as simple as that in essence. No more. None. So the third lesson I have learned during this lockdown is the importance of communication. And it's not just as simple as, oh, it's good to talk, but it's more of a thing of expressing how you feel when you feel comfortable to do so, and then allowing the space for conversations to be had so that things can be done better or things can be cut off. There's no point stewing in your hurt and your upset just because that person can't read your mind or know how you feel. Speak up. Closed mouths don't get fed. If you don't like how someone has treated you, say so. If you believe someone could do X better, say so. If you believe that this should be done in a certain way, say so. I can't read your mind. No one can read anyone's mind. That's a super bad I didn't get dropped on December 21st. You need to let people know how you feel about certain things and they can act accordingly. If you communicate your boundaries, if you communicate every little thing about you, people aren't going to give you headache, people aren't going to give you stress, and people are going to respect your boundaries. Communicate. A simple, I didn't like when you did X. I would prefer if you didn't do it again in the future. It's so easy. And it will change the course of how your relationship with that person goes going forward. A simple, I wasn't ready to talk about it then. I'm ready to talk about it now. Is this a conversation you're willing to have? Simple but effective conversations need to be had for you to be able to move forward and for you to be able to flourish. I think in order for us to have better flowing relationships, friendships, especially as we start going back outside and we start doing more things and whatever, I think it's important to recognize the importance of communication and input that into your life from now, if you haven't already, so that you can have healthier relationships, healthier friendships going forward. So the fourth lesson I've learned in this lockdown is to know your worth and add tax. We are living in a generation where everyone is doing something, whether it's a business, whether it's a hobby, a skill, whatever. Everyone's doing something. But we live in a world or generation where people will not pay you what you're worth because they don't deem you worth that, because you don't deem yourself worth that. You need to know what you're worth and then add that tax. Life is too short for you to be undercharging and underselling yourself because you don't feel like you're adequate enough. I know a lot of us suffer with imposter syndrome. I did a blog on it, I'll leave that down below, where you just don't believe that you are as good as you think you are, and snap out of it. You are as good as you think you are. And even if you don't believe that, people believe that. You can't allow people anymore to determine what you are worth. You are paid for with a very high price. You are beautifully and wonderfully made and you are one of one. And if you believe that your time, your service is worth X, say that, communicate that, set that boundary, and people will follow suit. And if they don't follow suit, they can go. Life is very much short. Like, Jesus is coming soon, let's be real. And you cannot continue to live around and be around people who don't respect your time, your energy, your effort, your money, bro, your petrol. Like, life is about give and take, unfortunately. And you can't keep giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and not getting back what you're worth getting back, if that makes sense. I think a lot of the time we are afraid of being told no. We're afraid that someone's gonna say, oh, your price is too high. Oh, I'm not gonna pay that. You're not worth that. But you are. You know what you bring to the table. You know what you're worth. And as long as you continue to set that standard for yourself, people will follow. You can't keep allowing people to determine your worth and undervalue you because you don't want to value yourself. You are of a high value, as I've said before, and you just act like it. It's as simple as that. In this new era, after lockdown, post-lockdown, whatever, stop allowing people to belittle you, to devalue you. Continue to know your worth, continue to add tax, continue to be sure in yourself. And I know it's scary sometimes because like people will be like, oh, who does she think she is? But look, just fake it until you make it. That's what I've been doing, faking it till I make it. And I've not made it yet, but the faking it is working. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are worth more than what you think you are worth, but you need to act like it. You need to act like you know it, and then people will follow suit. Simple as that. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I do hope that you enjoyed my lockdown lessons. If you do have any lessons that you learned during this lockdown as well, please share with me too, because I'm happy to learn as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, whatever, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.